prophecies are not permanent. Even in my direction, as it's not BBR. We declare the prophecy about Manibama. It didn't come to pass. He's a young prophet who needs a lot of training. He must be humble to learn. What he has done is a dangerous precedent. It to me up to home easy. In the spiritual realm, the prayer is always more powerful than the prophecy. This is where we make a mistake. So a day to the time, somebody can invoke a principle and everything will turn. Why do you write the book? First of all, I didn't like the poster of Agyapong, and then the way he came out and said that the 3 doctors could not approve. Well, indeed, Agyapong is also saying that this is not true because it wasn't the case that they didn't know where to sign, where to approve, and that when there's a very important situation in IMF, they will just mess up Ghana. I think that is low politics. That is a very shameful way of looking at things. I didn't think that Kennedy at that point in time should look at internal issues like that and bring it aboard. He's going to stand for president. This is unprecedented. Our own former president Kufuor was very calm.
Okay.
He was not an orator, but he performed very well. You couldn't see him screaming, you see, the culture of MPP is not that kind of thing. So Kennedy must be taught. The MPP must have a school of presidency. They have to create a school and teach how to become president.
I was saying, somebody and did say and function the what is the donor at their 31st January before Prime Minister on Becono, and I saw for Eddie Womudia Namfa. Now I'm on the phone, so Eddie Womudia and Namfa. I feel woman so Eddie data, any post, a year, Juman, so Eddie Womudia and Namfa. And say, beef will be a man homeless of the day. I will a soft phone and Semisa and Simbia. So when you recognize the Gosu Pako Kaya, Ibimu, Ebo Annu and some now Kaya, and so now so Busia and Nayam no Casay. I am Musa Dankwa and so Abba. Now, then some more Babacano and no. And I come here as I said, "Wo ye akadia fuanye Anthony Abai Faka will be kind so what I say. I saw for be about woman we post in the chain. Now, woman will be say a day and a echo. Mukoye post in the day and Nipano eka. If said the voice of the people is the voice of the Lord. Ain't in the woman eka and no, and then Yami eka and to read the I saw for a sham come a woman your some hono. A yomo post no, and I won't de eshe and come. And no, and I'm also for be a jay pa the busiane, Mesaka Apostle Sacramanti, or Hybidin Como, at their fat NPP4, or more primaries no, and Comsha Eba, and the Sunny Yaman is it a heat, ya a coso, or Amanukono. A moment, I will bring you for a carrier, Comana Quaba, Yakomana Quaba, and me as a scrubber to Mr. Watchman. I am no I saw the bell never counts. I upload the two for the first person, ya was I be the kaka come where they moved for Cabana in Como. Very more cover.
Yeah, much I want to say.
Yamia do that in also.
Yes,
that really so MPP because the 1st January and next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, now one day. About one more so parts in more shipa. So far, how far? Say no one was far.
Well, I first of all I listened to one. I think that I've forgotten Mr. Wise.
Okay.
He was very frank with. I think he was talking on the Consistency program.
Okay.
Joe Wise, you know Joe Wise.
Yeah.
He's I think the chairman of the party.
Electoral Commissioner or
He was saying that they needed somebody like Asidu Nketia to be the chairman of the party, and they were talking about this man. What's his name? The one who was once energy minister, who was removed by Nanado.
Agyapong, yeah.
Agyapong. He was insinuating that he thought that if somebody like that was supposed to be chairman of the party, that would have been very good. Clearly, everybody is seeing the MPP that there's a need for reforms, and so I'm very happy about that. So we can have a situation where things become better. We can't have a one-party state, but this is doing well. But this is democracy. Once the parties are very strong, it strengthens our democracy, and so I'm very happy about that. Now let's go back to the peace pact. First of all, I didn't like the poster of Agyapong, and then the way he came out and said that the 3 doctors could not approve. Well, indeed, Agyapong is also saying that this is not true, because when he did, Agyapong is also saying that this is not true.
Okay.
Because It wasn't the case that they didn't know where to sign, where to approve, and that when there's a very important situation in IMF, they will just, mess up Ghana. I think that is low politics. That is a very shameful way of looking at things. I didn't think that Kennedy at that point in time should look at internal issues like that and bring it, aboard. He's going to stand for president. This is unpresidential.
Sir,
it's very unprecedented.
And
it is not true. It is not true. Are you saying that these are engineers? No, are you sure? No. These are business people who have come to settle in their business.
Okay.
Look at that. Nobody will do that.
But a party in Penifone Crabba, Abba accepted sending honorable who you know kind, what your madness so into
thought otherwise. We felt that Agyapong didn't do it right, and that was wrong, and he didn't do that. So you have doctors there, 3 of them who cannot. No, I mean, even if that's the case, you bring it out like that. You don't create a situation where after the political party and the chairmanship and the presidential candidate is elected, I feel they are to me and calling him, we can't come together and the unity is affected. Because the fight is too much, and I mean, somebody Abuja is also somewhere doing something. The fight, I think it's not going to. It's breaking into pieces the whole political party called MPP.
Okay.
What yes, and it doesn't really help. That's my humble opinion. So, in my observation, that's one thing that I saw. I first said this shouldn't have happened.
There's only one more so I can say peace pact and all sign a yeniswokeke within
the peace pact is very important. I think that is a good initiative. But I feel say the reaction of Kennedy Agyapong was uncalled for. Very much uncalled for. You see, Kennedy Agyapong, if he's standing for president, must be presidential in his behavior. It is unpresidential. You don't have to be screaming to get things right. I'll give you one powerful example of our own former president Kufuor. Kufuor was very calm.
Okay.
He was not an orator, but he performed very well. You couldn't see him screaming, you see, the culture of MPP is not that kind of thing.
Okay.
And people want to cover it up, but for me, I don't see that as a very good thing. They kind of so I feel that kind of style, and I say, it taking a lot of energy from Kennedy to be able to be very calm. I mean, it doesn't. But the other time he came back, another one, he blew up and said that, Baumia was a liar. So for me, he needs to show that he can control himself and not be unpresidential.
And the one more can't let Ken be Ken, no. But that's not Ghana. That's not Ghana. Let me show you what I admire about John Mama. Okay.
They call him the smiling mafia. He's smiling, but I'm glad I went to jail.
But I don't didn't go to jail.
But he put the things right. The systems are there. He's smiling. He's nice with you. Okay. Another guy shot in the air. Is he Ashaki or something? He shot a gun in the air. I think Ashaki and one of those his groups. And some mama talked for me. He said the law is the law, but he was smiling. But he said it. The law is the law. You don't have to scream as a leader to get things done. And I've been advocating for that for a long time. That's why when Afenios are shouting, I said, listen, you don't have to do that. Their jobs are for some people. They are for your boys. You don't have to come and scream. That is unpresidential. So Kennedy must be taught. The NPP must have a school of presidency. They have to create a school and teach how to become president. What I say, I don't like that. It's very unimpressive. What I say, they have allowed too many things in their party to stand. They have allowed Abronyet to behave. Now, where is Moon to me? He can't even talk.
Okay.
The last time I saw him, he was doing something like this. I don't understand what he was doing. Do you get it? It's unfortunate. No one just had, no one professional. No one are dear fine. What I say.
Apostle Yensha in some honorable a kind after say, Sir, men sign, no a poppy up. What I say, yes, send me a bano, ebeko bia no nsunsuaso ebebe bia no wo monti asese omobeji atum there be ye kwa kosi akan ye bi pen ye na no de na ye no ba ko mienu bi ko che it is a coach house be nyintum za there be any mention ma
let me show you something. There are certain things. It's not regular to me, but there are preambles to this, and the preamble is this: there are conditions. For example, you have people representing you at every polling station. All those things have been taken into consideration.
Okay.
Well, yes, yeah. So if you choose the right people, you train them. That's what happened to NDC. They chose the right people and they put their systems in place, so nobody could cheat them. Put your system in place and nobody cheats them, so that you don't create chaos just in case there's a problem.
Okay.
Have you set up your systems well? Have you trained your people?
Okay.
Did he talk about that?
Okay.
The only kind of what you said. So it's unfounded.
As a wayama we do obododo.
Oh, I don't feel sir. He's being presidential enough. Ken is not being presidential. He's becoming very unpresidential.
Oh, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, prophets who are prophesying that he become win the, but I don't think he will. I'm just saying that he won't.
Apostle, what for prophets for the abetum the any agency prophets for the prophecies now ban ye do na womashem kuma fa ho.
The person that surprises me is Prophet Elbernat. He's written a book on a prophecy that he has prophesied. It's a big error.
For adding into error.
The prophecy has not come to pass. And you're written a book, people are buying.
So what try to?
Prophecies are not permanent.
Okay.
We have a prophecy about the person who died. What's her name? They show yes, I don't want to make reference to him. Manibama. Did he come to pass?
Okay.
Yes, and what is he doing? You see, he's a young prophet. He needs a lot of tuition. He needs a lot of training. He must be humble to learn. What he has done is a dangerous precedent. He can close down his ministry.
C'est tout fois moi.
A bit too far.
Odi for who Castle Prophet Bernard El Bernard and Commission honorable Ken Wonfa.
Can I say, and let me tell you something about scripture. And let me go back to a bit too far. Easy.
Commission in a bit
too far.
Or let
me put a bit to me up to far. Easy. There's a reason.
Okay.
It depends on who does his work well. Prophecy has a lot of things that is associated with them. According to the prophecy, that thou mightest war a good warfare. There are a lot of more prophets who have prophesied in favor of Bahamia than Ken. You know that?
Yeah.
Okay. So he alone against Nigel Gazy, against all the other prophets. What happens? They are also praying. It's a prayer that works now.
Okay.
So you see, in the spiritual realm, the prayer is always more powerful than the prophecy.
Okay.
Trust me.
One by prophet also been panso about Bonti Abetrese, a different one who sent commission donor in favor of one candidate. Na a yenyame and a course and commission. Send a beya that candidate no ever say the sikana and commission a young control. Nyamina yenisa and also.
I listened to a prophet also been empire, and he sounded very controversial. He never was straight. He never said that. He said all the prophets, what they said was true. He believes in all the prophets. So he was never emphatic. You can't use his listening to do anything. See, prophets is no. All of them are true prophets, and what he has said is from God.
Okay.
And they asked him, and they meet to me kind of. I mean, he was very vague with what he was saying.
Who's now watch I say?
But he was never straightforward. He was never straightforward. He never said it.
Okay.
You see here. Normally, what Ken did against other prophets, I mean, like Gazy is saying, he's saying that this man has fought against me. I'll also make sure that he loses the elections.
From that angle, no. One more action come to my Dr. Muhammad Bomi and the likes of Prophet Nigel Gazy.
Let me say
because of honorable.
Let me even say we are setting a very wrong precedence in Ghana.
Okay.
I respect more prophets who are kept quiet than those who are talking. Because this thing, who is prophesied? No, God doesn't deal with us like that. God deals with the humble, the meekest people. Because now we are seeking glory for ourselves and not unto God.
Okay.
I'm the one who prophesied.
Okay.
The glory doesn't go back to God. The glory goes back to us. We are building kingdoms. God is not interested in that kind of thing. God is not interested in. I am the one who prophesied. I mean, I'm sharing come. I mean, yeah, God used me. God doesn't. God. There's no like fight about who. No. So ethically, no. All the those who prophesied about everything, they are in error. Everything is in error. And so let's God to do what He's supposed to do. Okay. But we feel said some people will be surprised on that day.
What about those sayings that woman dear woman ye a software a shell come woman jomundi because woman on your phone night me the post gathering name data and yamakuma so phone and woman did also the shell come.
I was surprised. I won't be surprised about that. I'm a statistician. I'm a mathematician first of all.
Okay.
But as I say, I know that you can create a certain mathematical model, and if you work well, like Musa Dankwa is doing, you can get things right. And most of the prophets, so-called, some of them don't have credibility, so they can go ahead and do that. What I say, and it's very shameful. And to me, I don't like this. No. I see we are prophesying for money, for fame, but the glory doesn't go back to God. You can say what I say. And see, for me, this whole thing about Mina Mission come, one of my sons said he's waiting for 31st, but a lot of things are going to happen. Whether preachers are going to stay with preachers, or some of them will go into the abyss. Okay. Okay. So let's see what happens. So, I mean, Jim, they said this is how we should prophesy. It's bad precedence. You see, so what the senior pastors should do is stop them and not encourage that kind of thing from happening. And nobody is saying that we shouldn't prophesy. But the way it's happening, it becomes like a competition.
Yes, senior pastor said Juma and a Christian council, so a brass was almost sorry. I
have always said that the church should be regulated. Okay. So they say you can't regulate prophecy. But they said that, the presidential envoy, for me, it's a good thing that is headed by African Christ, a good thing that was started. We started that process for a while, but it looks like now they are not going there to prophesy anymore. They are not a little sanity is coming into the system, but we could get it better. Okay.
What they can say 31st, if you won't come to bit me at home, we are looking forward to.
The thing is not easy, and I know who gets it wrong.
Therefore, a kaka krebina yakwa to
this is where we have it. Let me show you. This is where we make a mistake. So a day to the time, somebody can invoke a principle and everything will turn. Why do you write the book?
Oh, sir.
Yeah.
I say, baby, and my friends say a silly.
There was a prophetic statement. Let me keep you back to scripture. Okay. I won't come Bible now. Okay. God said, "Go to the battle. You are going to win." The king of Ammon took his first child, hit it against the wall. Everything turned. They went back from the battle and ran away. And I will prophecy on Tiasia.
It's even the day of election. Will be able to be a day in
direction as some will be out. I won't cast me show Musa. Jesus Christ. I said, these young boys, you don't know what they're talking about. They don't kind of say what I say. And we don't value and that prophecy in the people. The work you do behind the scene. Okay. Before we have to be born by 1 hour. Obviously, let's be born by 9 hours. Obviously, you're very holy. I think I'm a covenant. The level of covenant another person has with God is deeper. And then Casa no, and then you say crowd no. Okay. What I say, the crowd you carry, and the way you carry yourself about your relationship with God, and the understanding of the spiritual laws of God. So you're invoking spiritual laws, okay. Because people don't get it. These prophets, they need to go back to school. Okay. We need to go back to school and let all of us. Okay. I don't see any question idea. Okay. You're useless.
Odifo, you can say aspirants in Noom on our work in a company Agyapong, Dr. Mahamadou Baumia, engineer Kwabneje Agyapong, Dr. Brian Champo, and Dr. Yawose Educhum, a member in Numi, MPP Penifo, one more AD election.
What I can tell you, before the 12 that the people who could be the who could lead the MPP will not be the one to be chosen.
Only for train. In Nuna Kujinam.
Yeah. The ones that will not do well are the ones that for me they should be elected, but they will not do well, they will not perform.
I'm more better than a woman. They say,
okay, so the last three.
Dr. Okay. Dr. Brother Champon, Engineer Kwabena Agyapong, and Dr. was said to chew. Yes, say some now walker.
Yeah.
It's me and say Muna Kaudi also say, or bit me a departing.
Yes.
Almost we are trouble and family.
Yeah, a baron bro.
Oh, so I'm on Bayard, and I so much me a common some other delegates.
Politics is not like that.
Okay.
Somebody like Agyapong is a fine gentleman, and people will not consider him. Very fine gentleman that could win. Agyapong stood for elections for a long time. I'm sure you are actually very technical.
Good for final words.
Oh, my word is that we pray that there will be peace. The most important thing is that when you lose, accept that you've lost.
Okay.
And for all the pastors and the prophets who are prophesying, I pray that their ministries don't collapse. They'll still come up and still do God's work. But it's a very sensitive thing to give a prophecy and write a book around it and think it's final. It doesn't be final. Final day is so final.
Apostle, yes. I will say, I read as a Sonia Brenia Dajina, the shade you made, and Mammy, I had a Brema Quine, and me a Jew dealing in a DAC, and many apostles, Aquamanti, and a D and common message. So, with your comments, our comment section for Eddie Mammy. All the social media handles, no, too much GH. All subscribe, like, and wash, and apple for so in the Biashe. Me day, Eddie Dark Good, Macron.